Okay, now the next part of this segment is creating electrodynamic self-levitating grill. Now, the grill consists of a gate, and it would consist of winding coils. This is aluminum, total pure aluminum. And what I'm going to do is put a gas here. I'll put a gas here. I can make it electrodynamic to use an inductor to create voltage as for the heating element. And then as far as out here, I can make the coils and add the iron wire and the quartz crystal using sodium acetate or supersaturated quartz crystal, and add gadolinium. Gadolinium is an element that when heated in a magnetic field, it generates heat, heat conducting. So it operates like a heating element, and that will cause the pyroelectric effect of the quartz crystal. Now, is to try to wrap iron wire around here, cover it entirely, and then mold the part by taking foam, a thick piece of foam, actually plastic wrap, and wrapping it around after I do the iron wire and temporarily glue it on. Then I'm going to use plastic wrap and wrap it, and then apply the foam sheet so I can do the casting, the plastering. Once I cast the bottom of the segment, I'm going to take out the cast, remove the foam because I want space in between. I'm going to be using silicone and plaster, so that and foam, so that I can have a closed area very tight. And then what I'm going to do is apply sodium acetate to create or supersaturate quartz crystal, and I'm going to fill the reservoir up so I can make the coating over here with quartz crystal. I'm also going to use gadolinium powder, aluminum powder, copper powder, iron powder in it too, so that when the microwave synchronizes the sodium acetate, that would give a flux like quartz crystal, or for the crystallization hardening, and that would also, the heat of the gadolinium will flux the density to the quartz, give current to the iron, 300 iron that I'm going to add here with powder, and it also going to flux the density to the windings, to the iron wire windings, and so that it'll generate heat. It also generates a vibration, and the vibration, the reason I want to keep this on because it will oscillate, it will resonate when this starts to vibrate. The idea is to try to displace the matter, to displace gravity, to cause it to vibrate and oscillate over more than 120,000 oscillations per second. This will enable like the acoustic and electrophoresis to synchronize, and also to electrolysis to the atmosphere environment, nitrogen and oxygen, and cause the separation of nitrogen, oxygen, and hydrogen within the atmosphere, and cause it to displace and also pop and exert for centrifugal force and ventricular force, longitudinal radiation pressure against particles to medium rise, and displace the gravitational force. The gravitational force is 4.8 newtons. And what I want to do is remove the gravitational force so it falls into space, into the atmosphere or the hemisphere or the stratosphere. So the remote that I'm going to use is like a Hall effect remote that will synchronize and get it the Lenz law, using interceptive coils to cause it to control by power by phasing it wirelessly. And then that will also go into first in law of Faraday's law of induction law of synchronous eddy currents back and forth to flux the density. This will be already given off a magnetic field like a power battery, being that I got a battery in here that already gave a voltage. Then in addition to that, I added a battery in the back of it. So under this foil is the graphite materials that are laying one another, and I added another one to the metal, the stainless steel. So that will flux this side of the proportion